Hey friends, Heather Demetrius here with 3 things to help you write better now. So today we're going to be talking about the secret sauce of publishing, how to get published, but also how to stay published. I'm wearing my Slytherin scarf today because I think we need a little bit of this energy to help us out. Okay, thing number 1, write the book you want to read. Don't write to a trend. Don't try to be another writer. I'm going to tell you, you might get published if you write to a trend. The thing is, you might not stay published because if you're not writing from the heart, if you're not writing a book that you're super jazzed about, super passionate about, a story you want to tell, readers are going to know. They have a spidey sense. They might not be able to articulate why that book wasn't working for them because maybe you checked all the boxes, but there's that secret little ingredient, that heart ingredient that's just not there. So the book might not resonate for them. Now, publishers, you have to remember, are major corporations. So they might buy your book because they see it as a product that might sell well. They're going to take a gamble on you. It's going to be a risk, and they're often willing to take those risks. But for you, you want to stay published. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder, right? And also, if you're not writing a book that you're really loving and jazzed about, it's harder to write the book because it's not your style, it's not your love, it's not your imagination firing at full capacity. So write the book you want to read. Okay, so that is thing number 1. Secret sauce ingredient number 2 to getting published and staying published is banish the Greek chorus. Now, what I call the Greek chorus is the voices in your head and also the actual voices around you that are messing you up, basically. There's too much advice from people that you know. There's too many writers who are freaking out and then they're causing you to freak out in this like mass hysteria. It's the Twitter experts who are giving you conflicting advice and people who are giving you advice who aren't even published or even successfully published, right? So banish the Greek chorus. That also includes your inner critic. So in order to stay focused, you have to be able to be like an archer. So if you ever see an archer, they're usually working in silence. To hit that bullseye, it's like so silent, maybe just some birds chirping, and then they pull back. This is my version of an archer. I don't really know how it works. And they hit the bullseye, hopefully. They don't have like 15, 30, 50 people behind them saying, oh, I don't know about that arrow. I don't know about that bow. Like, what about your stance? You know, that person over there is doing it a little bit differently. No, they are focused on their target, total silence, and they're going for it. So you need to be the archer and banish the inner chorus. Now, there are ways that you can banish in, all kinds of basically ways. So one, you can meditate. You can do creative, deep processing work, like the kind of stuff that I do with my students and clients. You can go to my website, heatherdemetrius.com, or my blog, thelotusandpen.com, where I've got tons of worksheets. I've got tons of blogs about this stuff. I've got an inspiration portal full of meditations. So just do the work. Banish the Greek chorus. All right. Number 3. Okay. Number 3 is the most important one. Never doubt your place at the table. You deserve to be at the table. I'm sure you've read a ton of books where you're like, I'm so much better than this writer, right? So how are people getting published that aren't really that great? Well, they have staying power. They've never doubted their place at the table. And I think that that's the most important ingredient for me getting published, or when I look at my friends that are published, or I look at my clients or students that are really close to publication or have gotten published. They don't doubt themselves. They might know they need to get better. They're working on their craft. They're learning more about the industry. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when they get a rejection, they're not a tumbleweed blowing in the wind. They believe that they deserve a seat at that table. And so they take that rejection, they take that, hard critique, that difficult, information or whatever, and they pivot and they work with it, right? Or they just get into their gut and they know like, okay, I got this rejection, but my book's awesome. So like that person's not right. They're not the right editor or agent for me, right? So the important thing here is to never be swayed from your place of power. You can feel moments of self-doubt. You can feel moments of depression. It's a tough road. There's a lot of ebb and flow, a lot of up and down. I'm not saying that you need to be this like amazing stoic person all the time, but when you get rejected, when you deal with challenges, don't doubt that you deserve to be published. And I don't mean this like in an entitlement way. I mean, they're gonna publish somebody. So why not you? why not you, right? And so if you can stay in that place, it will give you the resilience that you need to keep going on this difficult road. I've got a great quote from Cheryl Strayed that I love. I turn to it whenever I need a little kick in the pants, and it is, "You don't have a right to the cards you believe you should have been played. You have an obligation to play the hell out of the cards you are holding." Okay? So play the hell out of the cards you're holding. Write the book you want to write. Banish the Greek chorus. Don't doubt that you deserve a seat at the table. And now go get some writing done, okay? You can find out more, resources, help, all kinds of stuff on my website, heatherdemetrius.com. I am rooting for you. Go do this thing. Okay,